Caro by Fergus here, and the quarantine continues. We're going to take a peek at the coronavirus. Let's see where we're at in this whole thing and where we're headed. Let's see what comes next. Weird shit, obviously. Weird shit is going on. So let's take a peek at this and see what the fuck. That one just needs to be on the bottom. Okay. All right. So, the bottom card, it generally shows the real energy that is happening, right? So, this is kind of the root matter. So, we get the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles is about resistance to inevitable change. So this shows us being in a predicament just like this guy who is about to go through the portal to the underworld, to the next, whatever the fuck comes next, right? So this is basically us resisting the change, and we have to let go of things that make us feel powerful, things that we cling to that really don't have shit to do with us. And in this case, I really do think there's something about the money. Like he's holding all of these pentacles, so that makes sense. But it looks like there's a certain amount of moving forward from some things that we claim and feel very connected to. Probably money is in there at the very least. Oh, geez. I just found a card that was on the ground. I just stepped on it, actually. It must have flown out here somewhere. So, the Ace of Wands, this is just noted because, to be honest, I don't know where this fits in here, but it literally flew out of the deck, and I stepped on it with my foot. Ace of Wands, inspiration. Alright, so, where are we at? Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, this showed up in the last reading about this. The Ace of Swords is pretty much about personal responsibility. The Ace of Swords is saying take as much personal responsibility for your well-being as you can. The Ace of Swords also really hints at the help that, in America, we're being offered all of this help, or supposedly we're going to be offered this help from the government. The Ace of Swords is really saying that's probably either not going to happen or it's not going to be adequate. So you pretty much have to do it yourself, whatever it is that your life, however you want it to look like, you're going to have to build that shit because the government is not going to help you. So here we're just looking at what comes next, right? Well, this sucks because the Nine of Swords is fear. It's just more fear. And the Nine of Swords really shows shit that we cannot do anything about. So this is sleepless nights, just sitting up and worrying. It's a lot of anxiety and fear about things that we cannot control. Because if we could control the things in the Nine, instead of sitting in bed worrying, we would be out doing something, But this is a case where we can't do shit. All right. So because it just shows more fear as like the next step. So what I am going to try to do is put the next step. I just want to see what the fuck we're preparing for. So the card that shows up is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. All right. The Wheel of Fortune is karma and destiny. This is like the higher hand, right? And this shows big things big waves of energy that happen, big things that happen in our lives that fundamentally change the course of everything that comes after that. Now, the Wheel of Fortune reversed. This is generally, it's a countercurrent or it's a really shitty wave of fate, of karma, So this is basically a giant bad thing that happens. Now, this is pretty ominous. So I am going to pull one more card, keeping in mind that here The root card is us being on the brink of a new deal. So let's just see what we got. The Queen of Cups is love and devotion. The Queen of Cups is exceptional care. You know, it's very emotionally driven. The Queen of Cups, this looks like it might be the only good thing, or maybe the only thing that we can actually control in this process. And the Queen of Cups is just saying, what are you devoted to? You know, what do you give your care to? And the Queen of Cups is the loving, devoted mother, and it just shows that that devotion is something that it's like the shiny light in this, you know, cosmic shitstorm. Um, so whatever it is in your life that sort of makes you feel this way, just try to keep that close as you move through this portal. Try to let go of as much as you can and keep the things that bring this out of you close. This does look like it's a pretty big cosmic shitstorm that's happening here. So that's all I got. So the card that did fly out, Ace of Wands. This isn't all that much different than the Queen of Cups, and this basically shows something that needs our love and attention, just like a baby here. And that's exactly the sort of energy that the Queen of Cups is the best at giving, you know. Ace of Wands, I mean, take care of your baby, whatever that means to you, you know. Good luck to everyone as you negotiate this bizarre time that we live in. May blessings find you.